Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
I thought they responded really well. The other side of it, too, was I thought we came out and actually played physical. They called it a little bit tighter this game, but we were able to adjust.
We weren't good at all, obviously, and they were really good. We just, for whatever reason, we weren't ready to play. That's my fault. We just didn't seem to have that same energy we've had the last 7 or 8 games. We just didn't have anything tonight.
I don't think there was any mechanical changes that I made. I just continued to work on my shot and continued to work on my confidence, and I feel like that game I hit that first one, and I was like, all right.
Well, like with man-to-man, you can kind of just hone in on their good players, and you're able to kind of control the court more, and you don't have to talk as much. Like with me, and it's just very effective.
Not sure. I've just grown a bunch. Probably grown a good 6-7 inches since my freshman year. Keep trucking up pretty much. That means I just got to get stronger.
It was great. I mean, we did have a great crew. Tom Harris was our wide hat. Lance Gardner from Nary was opposite of me. Then we had a couple guys from Sly that nobody around here probably knows. But just being with those guys, camaraderie, so you get a lot of time in the car. And so there's a lot of stories, a lot of things happened.
I enjoy teaching, so I don't get caught up too much on all the stats and all the records, all that stuff. But I enjoy being around the guys.
It's great for the NFL. I'm always a fan of greatness. You talking about, doing something that no other team has in NFL history since the merger is done. I know you hear a lot of talk of chief fatigue, but I've always been a fan of greatness, so I wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in to the Thursday show. Steve Webster with you in the Mayo Money Management Studio, joined by Mike Corson, and the executive producer of Sports Day is one Landon Winkler. Welcome to the program. It's going to be a good one today. We're going to talk Panther basketball. Head coach Kyle Cree. He'll talk about the homecoming game tomorrow with the Liberal Redskins. He'll be joined by Dax Minton, who has been called by the Panther broadcast crew. Let's see, a raccoon, a magician. He's got a knack for just. And the other night, the best quote of the game was that because you ever see a raccoon just take things? I mean, he just reaches in and grabs them and takes them. And then after a Hayes player crashed into the trash can and knocked all the trash down there on that east end of the gymnasium, guess who was there to help clean up the trash? It was Dax Minton.
Was he washing it in a little bowl of water?
He was. So Dax is going to be in here on the show today. Hoiston, by the way, they're going for the 11th straight win tomorrow night. Another team with a winning streak, the Hoiston Cardinals. Kyle Haxton's Cards have won 5 straight, heading into tomorrow night's home game with Ellenwood. So we'll talk about that matchup and what lies ahead in the February schedule. They're 8-6 right now. Talking to Hesh earlier today, he thinks they can pick up 4, possibly 4 more wins. 5 heading to the postseason, and it's a little bit different this year because you have you have 16 teams in your sub-state, but there's going to be 2 8-team sub-states. So if you're up there and it'll be interesting. We'll talk to Kyle Haxton about that. I'm glad to see Hoiston and Ellenwood playing again in basketball in the regular season.
We'll throw back to the old MCAA, Larned and TMP. Back when I started covering those teams, it was a 4.
Yeah.
We was talking about the WAC having 5 teams, but was it the Mid-Central Activities Association?
The yeah.
Had 4 teams.
MCAA. That was bad. Also on the program today,
MCAA.
Mike Corson goes on the prowl. Oh man, I ruined it for him. Mike Corson goes on the prowl. That is Landon Winkler. Yes, Mike Corson going on the prowl. He's talking Great Bend Bowling today with Great Bend Bowling coach David Feldbauer. We'll have all the Thursday headlines and our sounds of the past 24 hours. And we'll begin with Jeremy Combs. Happy at how his team responded to Saturday's blowout loss at Cowley by blowing out 18th-ranked Butler last night. 22nd-ranked Cougars win the game 92-75, so they're now up to 3rd place in the Jayhawk standings. Hutchinson and Coffeyville, they didn't play last night. They will play tonight. So Coffeyville's a team in second place right now. Cali won big last night. Alan Clark, not much you can say after last night's game. The momentum came to a grinding halt last night.
I had on Cole Rife first half. I think it was first half. Yeah, late first, about 7 minutes left. I think he said in the history of the matchup, the biggest margin had been about 32 points. So then I was with bated breath, couldn't wait to see the score to see if they closed it, and it got worse.
84-40. So the Cougars now hit the road Saturday for games at Pratt, afternoon contest. Women play at 2, men play at 4 at the Beaver Dome in Pratt. Alyssa McCauley talking about how her three-point shot is feeling. She had 4 against Hayes, had 3 the game before against TMP, and for a team that has struggled to score this year, they've been scoring more because it's nice when you can hit a three-pointer. Saying not mechanical, just shooting with a lot of confidence. Jill Reimer talking about the Lady Panthers defense. It was preferred defense, I think, early in the year, the 1-3-1, but now they've got a pretty good man-to-man defense. Against Hayes High, they slowed them down for a little bit, but I like the man defense better. They're not giving up as many three-point shots as they were, and at least, Hayes, I think, had 7, but Hayes is going to do that against a lot of teams. So, Lady Panthers, they have been improving. Will it be enough tomorrow against the Lady Red of Liberal, who will come in with a record of 10-5? So that'll be the first game at 6, boys to follow at 7:30.
I'd like to see Alyssa get that outside game going because Shayla Pendergrass has been kind of building up inside. What do you know? All of a sudden you could have a good inside-outside game.
How about Deshawn's game the other night, though?
That's a lot of dribble drive kind of.
She's good with right hand, left hand.
Strong.
Gets her a little bit of space.
Aggressive.
Going under the oversized post player for Great Bend and at 5'6". Kind of tough going on. There's some 6-footers against Hayes. She took it right out.
3 of them.
Yeah, 4.
Was it 4?
Yeah, they've got a rotation of 4 that they brought in. You had Great Bend wrestlers on this week. Tristan Tomlinson talking about that's pretty good. He's been ranked almost his entire high school career since he's a freshman, but he started off ranked at 106.
So yeah,
now he's ranked at 138.
And I'm always fascinated by the whole weight thing because when you get to the lightweights, you're separated by like 6 pounds. So I was trying to get out of it. How big is 6 pounds? And the 2 guys, Jay Sharts was in here too. They said it's huge. And so to jump 2-3 weight classes and then do it again the next year and still remain ranked and good is
and to change what kind of wrestler you are when you grow longer.
7 inches.
7 inches.
And like you said, and I'm curious about that too, just the mechanics of it's by weight, it's not by body mass index, so
and it's not by length.
You're going against some kid who is all jacked up and weighs exactly the same as you do, but he's 6 inches shorter. So it's a completely different dynamic.
Panthers in Liberal tonight to wrap up the dual season in the Western Athletic Conference. In fact, really wrapping up their regular season. The regionals will get underway February 21st for the boys, and then next Saturday, February 15th, for the Panther girls.
And Jay Sharts is going for the Tech Fall career state record tonight in Liberal. So hopefully they throw somebody out on the mat. Hate to drive 3 hours and they have an open weight at 165.
What if he just pins a guy?
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's an option. And I said,
so the guy that's going to wrestle him is going to go out there, man, I'm going against this guy, and I'm going to get beat 38-2.
Just lay down and get pinned? And I said, who are you wrestling? He said, doesn't matter.
So what if the other guy lays down and wants to be pinned?
Yeah,
Who's stalling if he doesn't go ahead and get on top and pin him?
He pins his shoulder, blades down, and as soon as he gets touched, he's pinned. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Okay, Randy Wetzel was on the show yesterday. I think he's got to become like a regular. It's like Bob Salter and me. We talk on our pages in time. We're going to call it two old geezers gabbing. I don't know. Wetzel's not an old geezer, although he's retired. But no, that was fun yesterday talking about because he got inducted into the Kansas Baseball Hall of Fame, which was really cool. But he's also a state high school winning basketball coach, which he did when he was at El Saline. He's umpired baseball, but he was a very good football official, very good basketball official, talking about the football crew that he was on and the camaraderie you get, and you work with the same crew for a while. Makes you a lot better, you know, the other guy's going to do. Plus, you're going into battle together. But that was fun yesterday with Randy.
He says, because you say, oh, why'd you retire? If they park me behind home plate, I could keep doing it, maybe. Wouldn't you want to be the first base guy? Just sit behind the foul line, twiddle your thumbs, pretend you saw the check swing. Where you got to run?
First base? I'll go to third base. I'm not going to go to first base.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Not too many guys
get
get
out in the middle of the field. You get, of course, most of the time now, they're 2 or 3 man crews.
See, that's why I didn't know what kind of crews they have, but you got to get your A spot and your B spot. You get there in a hurry, too.
Andy Reid putting to rest any talk that he was ready to hang it up if KC wins a 3rd straight title. What would you do? I mean, next year, he's 66 years old. My gosh, what's he going to do?
And it's always, they don't need the money, so it is the passion of love, but he's proven himself to be pretty good on TV in a variety of ways, whether it's diners, drive-ins, and dives. He's a good guest, like a traveling guest, because he likes to eat and he's got a personality.
So he's on that show?
Yeah, they went to Pigwitch right there at the City Market in Kansas City.
Really?
So I've been there twice because of Andy Reid.
Look at how that
Pigwitch.
Went. Pigwitch.
Yeah.
So it's a barbecue place then.
Kind of fancier sandwiches. They got a little fresh deli in the back. And once upon a time, they had the hardest Rice Krispie treats you could imagine. It was like hardtack. So it was like $4 for one, but it took you 2 weeks to eat it.
Okay. Reid has a chance to become the 3rd coach with 4 Super Bowl wins. His 301 wins in the regular season and playoffs rank 4th all time. And Damian Wood, ESPN, talking about is the Chiefs' continued success bad for the game? He says, no, it's greatness. You want to see that.
We've got the other side of that when, wasn't it a little bit fun to hate the Patriots back in the day?
Yeah, but I don't think that kept you from watching, did it?
No, you would watch just to cheer against the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, that's the way it is going right now.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are, and the Chiefs are the hated team now. Isn't it great? I just like being the hated team.
Imagine if everybody was 500. What interest would there be? No, it's fun to hate a competition.
Be like the American League Central.
We still hate the White Sox.
Okay, so and of course we've heard all about this new syndrome that's out there called Chiefs fatigue. Is it real? And is there anything at all that you can do about it?
Has football got you down? Are you experiencing uncontrollable rage every time Patrick Mahomes makes a play? Are you screaming the league is rigged before the game even starts? Do you have an irrational, unexplained hatred for pop stars? If so, you may be suffering from a rare but serious condition called Chiefs derangement syndrome. But don't worry, help is here. Introducing Krylenol, the first FDA-approved treatment for Chiefs derangement syndrome, or CDS.
There you go.
Do you think Tylenol is going to come after him and say it's a little close?
Krylenol. Where's it available at? I mean, is it at
CVS?
CVS.
All the East Coast.
Denver probably would be there. It'd be definitely in Denver.
Vegas, they got it at the bars.
I think it'd be available a lot around here, though.
Buffalo definitely is their stockpiling.
They've got a lot of them in there. That's Krylenol, Krylenol. Take it for Chief derangement syndrome. All right, Sports Day here. Coming up, we will talk with head coach Kyle Cree and Dax Minton. Kyle Haxton coming up on the program. And, of course, Mike Corson once again going on the Panther Sports, talking with head coach David Feldbauer of the Panther bowling team. I want to remind you, Sports Day today brought to you by, why don't you do one of those?
I completely didn't do that yesterday.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Brought to you by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country.
And by Eller Automotive Repair, where they specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks.
And by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend.
Sports Day, rolling on after this.
Take your passion for creating magic behind the curtain to new levels with Barton Community College's Technical Theater program. This new program is designed for students to learn how to create breathtaking light shows, run a state-of-the-art soundboard, and build captivating sets. Unleash your creativity and earn an associate's degree to build the skills you need for a career in theater. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at techtheater.bartonccc.edu.
Get the power you need for your farm equipment. The power of peace of mind that dependable Cenex lubricants deliver. With decades of proven off-road performance, backed by the industry-leading Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. Cenex heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic fluids, gear lubricants, and greases are formulated to provide superior protection for load-bearing equipment. The power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no-obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
Papa, what are you getting Mima for Valentine's Day?
Well, Hadley, February is the month of love, and nothing shows love like a new garage door.
You're not just saying that because you own the company, are you, Papa?
Well, maybe a little, but honestly, a new garage door can really brighten up the home.
So, what are you getting Mima for Valentine's Day?
You go, Hadley.
C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
It's time to talk Great Bend High School basketball with head coach Kyle Cree on Sports Day.
Welcome back, Sports Day today on KVGB, brought to you by the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, featuring number 2 Clear Diesel, bulk fuel, E10 fuel delivery, and all your lubricants and fuel supplies. Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals. Also by the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend. Large or small, they take care of them all. Time to talk Panther basketball. Head coach Kyle Cree is in with us. Also, junior Dax Minton on the program. Thanks for coming in today, guys. So I always give other broadcasters a hard time because they always come in and, it's a standard question you're supposed to ask. Well, it's homecoming. Are there distractions during homecoming week? I guess I just ask it.
I mean, I think
it's homecoming. I don't know what goes on anymore.
There could be distractions, but I think our guys are mature enough and have kind of been around it, and it's not like their first rodeo. So, I don't think so. I know Zay's up for homecoming king, and rightfully so. So we've got 10 kids that are up for king and queen, all really good kids. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
You on the list?
No, it's only senior.
He's too young.
Okay, I forgot. Okay.
He's too young, yeah. I don't know if Dax will get me votes next year.
Probably not.
He'll get my vote. He'll get my vote and his mom's, so he'll at least get in. I don't know if Michaela will vote for him, so he'll at least get 2.
Well, I think that, Corson likes to lay odds on everything, so, people can come by and put in their little wager out at the dumpster. They just drive through. We've got service here. I would put the odds pretty good on Isaiah winning king.
Yeah, I think Trey Millsap's in there too, Carson Humphreys, Slade Moore, and Anderson Luttrell. So he's a band. He's the band director. He's an awesome kid too. So there's 5 kids that are all pretty deserving. But I think we would probably both vote for Zay. I would. I know puts him on the spot because he plays baseball with Carson and Slade's a great kid too. So, but Zay's awesome.
So you're going to lay the odds on any of these guys? Who's number? Is that a good competitive field, Dax?
It is a competitive field. If I had to put odds on it, I'd say our band director is probably about minus 350 to win it.
Is it?
See, he knows. He's in the game. Yeah, he knows. He knows the numbers.
That's all right. Okay, I'll let Corson know about that coming up later. Let's talk a little bit basketball. Had the week off. It kind of came at a nice time after you guys have been rolling pretty strong on about 2.5 weeks.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what Dak says, but from a coaching standpoint, I think, it's been nice to kind of take a break from games and kind of reflect what we've done. We've, tried to get after it in practice and work as hard as we possibly can, but maybe let these guys get out a little bit earlier, give them a little more free time, maybe see some sunlight. I mean, it's been good. We've added a few things this week, and I think the guys are still working hard regardless of how long the season is and what's happening on the court, whether we're winning or losing. These guys are awesome.
Nice way to go into the break. You got the 12-point win over Hayes. Talk about that environment on Friday night, Dex.
That place was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, our student section was rolling. There was tons of people there. K-State, KU coaches there for Ian. It was so much fun to play in that environment.
Yeah, it was. And then you go out and I mean, is there anything better for pregame introductions to have Shabby over there doing the PA and you got the lights and stuff? That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. And then all of Shab's little nicknames he gives us. Pretty funny.
So how do you determine what kind of, when you come out and I don't know, you do your signature introduction lineup, where do you come up with that at?
What do you mean? Like
handshakes? Handshakes. Yeah, the handshakes. Thank you, Coach.
I don't know. TikTok.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We'll find some on TikTok.
If you don't have your original one then, huh?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. Big second half for your team. Talk about the 11-0 run to start, and you helped do that. 2 3-pointers. Ben got another one. You knocked down another 3-pointer, started the fourth quarter. Talk about that period of time in that game because you were down at halftime.
Yeah, we didn't play our style of basketball in the first half. Felt like ball was sticking in one spot for a while. We weren't moving it, getting out in transition. And I feel like we just weren't very confident in ourselves. And so we talked about that at halftime, about trusting each other, being confident in ourselves and moving the ball around, and we came out and executed.
Coach Dreiling, after the game on the Hayes radio station, was talking about, he was kind of talking to you about your 3-point shot after you knocked down a couple.
Yeah, he said, I was sitting over there passing the ball, and he was like, hey, we didn't have that on the scouting report. And I don't think we did either.
Well, it was a heck of a quarter. How's the shot feeling right now?
Feels good. I think this is the best I've shot the ball in a while.
Okay, so that's always a good sign. So you get the win and you get the week off, and some numbers that I always kind of keep track of, but the team's on pace to set a new school record for field goal percentage in a season, but the one I think gets overlooked a little bit is your defense, Coach. Man, you're holding opponents right now to 37% on the season. I was looking back, 3 straight games, no one shot better than 36%, and then Salina Central shot 42%. You held Hutch to 25%. Wichita South, 30% from the field. What's been the key to the defense this year?
I don't know. It'd be see what Daxie says. I think it's just more of an. I think the guys are. I don't know. They're just more intentional when it comes to defense. They work together. They know that if the other team has a stud, it's not just gonna be one guy trying to hold him to less than 10 points. I think it's a team effort. I think it helps that all these guys are such good friends. There's a lot that goes into it, but I think this year it's the guys are more intentional, and I think they take a little bit more pride in what we do on the defensive end.
Well, it's really showed. So you've been able to. Many 1-3-1, the 2-3, the man defense. I mean, what do you think about the team's feelings? It seems like you're pretty confident in any of those defenses right now.
Yeah, I think that's one of our strong suits is that other teams' offensive, they just have no idea what we're going to come out in. We might come out in 1-3-1 for a possession, come out 2-3, or pick you up full court, and they just, it confuses them a little bit. Throws them off.
Talk about your man defense because Mike Marzoff and me were discussing this on the show during the game on Friday. He said, "Man, Dax is always looking right in the eye of the guy he's guarding." So, well, how's he do that? Because he's going down there, he's taking the ball from him. So, when you're playing man-to-man defense, what are you looking at? Because you're really adept at reaching in, knocking balls away, stealing. Kind of what's your mindset when you're getting up there close on D's?
Well, I just like to see because if they're not very confident, then I know they're gonna make a mistake here soon. So, and then just if they're ever loose with the ball or if they're just holding it, not protecting it, then that's when I'll just go for it.
Is there a place that you like to knock it away at? I mean, is it when they bring it the dribble up, it goes down? I mean, kind of you got to have a strategy in this, don't you?
My favorite thing is when they lift the ball above their head, like you just have like there's no body there. Like if you hit it at their chest and you reach for it, it could bounce off their body. But if the ball's above their head, you hit it, it's gonna go straight back, and I'll beat you on the floor for it. So.
Okay, I like that strategy. And having quick hands helps, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Getting ready for Liberal coming up on Friday night, and certainly they've struggled a little bit, but how have you prepared for this game on Friday, Kyle?
I watched him play hooker. We've watched some film on him. But I think at practice we've just been focusing more on what we do, not necessarily, what the other team does. And I don't think that's like exclusive to Liberal. I think, there's times when maybe teams are too worried about what the other team's going to do and trying to counter and doing some of that stuff. Obviously, we scout them and we know what their tendencies are, what their strengths are. I mean, the Feezer kid he's a stud, and man, I wish we could add him to our team. I think last time we were in here, kind of feel bad for the kid because they do struggle. But we're not going to feel sorry for him tomorrow night when he rolls into Great Bend. So. I think just really focusing on what we do, just making sure that we're doing all the right things, setting screens, shooting shots. We've shot a bunch this week. And then defensively, we'll have another look if we need it. I don't know if we'll need it tomorrow night, but we kind of looked at something a little bit new yesterday. So, just...
Something new?
Yeah, I mean it's nothing groundbreaking for an old school guy like you, but it'll be
you're going to 2-1-2, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we're not Valley Center. Valley Center's running a 2-1-2 over there, and it's giving some teams some fits, but so.
And obviously getting everybody back, that's a big thing right now, but as you look at this team, Dax, as we head down these final 3 weeks of the regular season, what would you like to see? What do you think this team needs to just hone in on, get a little bit tighter on?
I think, our defense right now I feel like is pretty good, but if we can we're scoring tons, getting a bunch of rebounds, but I feel like if we can just have our defense go over the little hump we're on, then that'll just be a game changer.
What's Coach emphasized in practice this week?
Shooting and just hustle plays, being, like he said, being ourselves, focusing on ourselves, just not getting distracted by or looking over any opponent.
Who's got yelled at the most this week?
It's a mixture of me, Ben, and Taven.
Okay, all right.
I mean, that's pretty much for the past 3 years. That's the way it's been. Jay's in there a little bit, too. Ian's not perfect, so Jake, it kind of seemed like he was kind of down for a couple days, but he was back yesterday. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It hasn't been too crazy this week. I got after Nash and Isaac the other day, the managers, so they probably got the worst of it. But
and those guys do a fantastic job.
Yeah, they're awesome kids. They just, yeah. I'd rather not talk about it. But, yeah, we got after them a little bit. But they owned up to it. They apologized, and we moved on.
Have you ever seen Jake in his natural environment at an auction before? Oh yeah, Saturday night at the chocolate auction, man. He's out in the crowd. I mean, this is coming up. I mean, he's looking over. And it's.
Yeah, this has surprised me. Yeah, he's got the mentality or like the background to be an auction guy. I could see him.
Okay, very good. Well, guys, thanks for coming in today. Good luck tomorrow, and I'm going to go out to the dumpster and make that wager right now on what you think.
Yeah, put your money on Zay. Put your money on Zay. I would. Thank you.
All right, Kyle Cree, Dax Minton here with us on Sports Day today on KVGB. We're going to take a break. We'll talk Houston basketball with Kyle Haxton. That's next. Sports
KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey, everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Barton Community College presents Sing Sing Blues, a powerful, original musical about life, love, and redemption behind prison walls. Step back to 1954 and witness the lives of the incarcerated men of Sing Sing Prison as they explore their relationships with the loved ones who won't give up on them. Don't miss this unforgettable story February 20th through the 23rd and visit shows.bartoncccc.edu for tickets.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on KVGB. It's brought to you in part by Equity Bank. Here when you need them. Bank local. Save big with in-person banking and business banking. You can visit equitybank.com for more information. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. Joining us, head coach of the Hoisington Cardinals today, Kyle Haxton. And I guess, do we give a Sports Day salute to Mr. Flowers today for covering for you here while you're talking to us?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough when you're short on subs in the district anyways, so when there's an opportunity, it's usually one of our principals stepping up for us, and Mr. Flowers stepping into my classroom to help me out today.
Okay, well, we certainly appreciate it. So you could carve out some time today to talk about your basketball team that's on a nice little run right now, Kyle. 5-game winning streak. The defense has been just very, very impressive. Talk about your play that, especially since the Christmas break coming back, this team has been really dialed in.
Yeah, I want to say we got off to a slow start, and that was partly due to injury. I mean, we didn't have Jason Robinson for our first 4 or 5 games, and as much as as athletic as he is, that changes what we do and how we can play. So our philosophy really changed once he stepped on the court for us, and that was after the Plainville loss. He stepped on the court for the first time against St. John. We really revamped what we did at both sides of the ball, although it's been something that they're familiar with. So, we run a lot of matchup zone. We do a lot of running and jumping in the half court. He allowed us to be more effective on the defensive end, and he also gave us some productivity on the offensive end, getting to the rim.
You always hope good things for kids when they're, their senior year, but then, you look at J-Rob when he had to go through injury in football, then, injury in basketball, and he seemed to handle it so well when he comes back. He kind of like, okay, I only got so many games here. I got to take advantage of every one I play in.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and he's lucky he's even able to play. I mean, I think he's probably playing at about 70% of his ankle use still. He's going through PT, still seeing them twice a week. So he's not just cleared and just smooth sailing at 100%. He's fighting his tail off to play at about 70%, and his 70% is that good.
What's it going to be like when there's no more Robinsons coming, right?
Yeah, it's a sad day, that's for sure. We've had Robinsons for the long haul here. I mean, that definitely gives you a peace of mind. I mean, they're so athletic and they work hard, and we're gonna enjoy the last few weeks we have with J-Rob for sure.
Okay, you look at his numbers. So he has 7 points a game. 3 assists. That's good. 3 deep. But what intangibles does he bring to your team on the basketball floor? You're talking about some of the things that just kind of everybody settles in. But what are some of those intangibles, Kyle, that J-Rob brings?
Well, he guards the other team's best player. I mean, that best player might be a 5'9" point guard that's really good with the ball in his hands. That best player might be a 6'6" post player. that's really strong and good in playing with his back to the basket. Jason will guard both types of players. He creates just a security for us defensively, being able to do what we do. And, it's not just Jason that's unbelievable for us defensively. It takes everybody rotating in how we do things defensively. So, but he's our catalyst. I mean, him and Camden Tarleton out front, they put a lot of pressure on the ball and allow others to really get turnovers at the next level.
Defensively, when you're not a big team at all, and because you use a matchup, things like that, but that takes a team with pretty high basketball IQ to pull that off, doesn't it?
It takes a ton of discipline, and it takes a ton of effort. And, it's just people watch us play, and they make the comment, God, it's amazing how hard your kids play every night. And we don't know any different. That's how we practice every day. From the time we start a drill until we finish the drill, it is 110. It's diving. It's working relentlessly. And then before the next drill, there's very little dead time, and we're right back at it again on whatever we're doing. That's how they practice, and they don't know any other way. And it's a fun group to coach. Really senior-led with Ren and Jason and Camden and Briar Thompson and. My seniors are a really solid group, and Kyler's an important piece for us on how he practices and works every day, and so is Peyton Kinman. I mean, I'm just really fortunate to have 6 seniors that are fun to coach and know their role and work their tails off.
Seeing Ren out there when he was just a freshman, he has that studious look. He is Professor Gala, But talk about the season that Ren's had. I mean, he's scoring well and obviously doing some other things for you, defense and assists. But talk about the season that Ren Gala's had for you, Kyle.
He's definitely our leader. I mean, he averages 13.5 points a game. He shoots it very well from the field. He's shooting 42% from 3, which is phenomenal for a high school basketball player. Only place that he needs to get better is at the free throw line, and he'll continue to work at it. I bet he shot free throws for an hour after practice last night. So, I mean, that's the kind of kid he is. He knows where he's struggling, he's going to go work on it. He's not going to pout about it. He's going to work on it. And, that's the kind of kid he is. He has an old man style of basketball game. He's not going to beat you with a first step. He's going to beat you with smarts. He's going to beat you with IQ in anything he does. He's definitely got the IQ to be effective, whether playing in the post or making the right pass or just knowing where Mason's at on the floor off of a screen. I mean, he gets it. He's got it.
I'm going to go back to Pratt game, the championship game of the Winter Jam. And it's pretty cool when you draw up 2 plays and they work. You got to have the players to do it. But sometimes, if you're drawing up a play for somebody and they're kind of like trying to move back in the back of the huddle because they don't want to take that shot. How about Mason Martin in that Pratt game?
Well, I mean, Mason's just he's tough. I mean, that's all you can say about him. I mean, he works and he wants. I mean, if I say we're going to get the ball in Mason's hands, he's like, yeah, that's what I was hoping you were going to say. He wants the ball in a big moment. Then we always make the comment: big time players make big time plays at big time moments, and that's exactly what he did. We drop a play that we're familiar with. He comes off of 3 screens and catches the ball going away from the pass. Almost a tough shot for about any high school player, but he steps up and hits it from about 4 feet behind the arc. And most people will be fading away and be short on the shot, but he's done it many times. Then we call another one where he's coming up to the top of the key, and again, the defense pushes him out probably to 6 feet behind the arc, and it was nothing but net. And his teammates knew he was going to hit it. They were going to get him the ball in the right time, and they have a lot of confidence in what he does, and that's how he plays the game, with just a chip on his shoulder, a lot of confidence, and he attacks each possession.
How fun was it to win the championship over Pratt? It kind of looked like it was going to the same way it happened, the first part of January when you played down there, and you guys overcame that. Said, oh, no, that was then, this is now.
It was eerily similar to the style of both games. We had a lead at their place at halftime, and that was just after we had come off of the lead at Beloit at their place, and one possession game with Heston at home with 37 seconds to go. You know, we've been right there, and we were tired of just being right there. You know, it's just disappointing. And then how long can you get a team to invest in what you do when you just keep coming up a little bit short against those high-caliber teams like Pratt, Beloit, Heston? And so we needed one, and they were hungry for it. And, you know, it was, you know, we gave up 2 threes against them late in the third quarter where we had to struggle to get back in a low-possession game at their place. And again, we were down 6, and Marty hits 2 big shots, and I think that was enough just to say, hey, let's finish this one off. And that's exactly what they did. But these guys work for one another, and they believe in what we're doing, the style of play we're playing with, the low-possession games, and you know, high efficiency on the offensive end, and just really gutting it out on the defensive end.
Tomorrow night you get Ellenwood, a regular season game, and we're kind of talking before we went on the air. I don't remember. I mean, you've run into them in the Winter Jam over at Larned, maybe, but I'm glad to see this game back for on you know, as far as basketball goes. This is going to be kind of fun tomorrow night at the Activity Center.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to look back and see when the last time we played Ellenwood was, and it's been a while ago. I think it was during the Jam. I want to say at least 5 or 6 years ago.
I think Dutton was playing for him on that team. But
yes, I believe you're right.
Yeah. So, what about this matchup tomorrow? They've got a nice team.
Yeah, they do. They have a really nice team. The Simpson kid's tough. I mean, he's averaging 25 points a game. I mean, that's a tough matchup for anybody. I see a lot of teams going boxing one against them, and you know, that's, as you know, it's not us. I'm not going to go out there and throw a gimmick defense to stop one player on the floor. I'm going to put Jason Robinson on the kid, and we're going to guard relentlessly, and there's going to be opportunities where Camden Tarleton will be on him, and he's tough on the ball, but it can't be just one guy stopping Simpson. We've got to be good in help, good in rotation, and we're going to cause other people on the floor we're going to make sure that they can handle that pressure, because when the ball gets out of Simpson's hands, we're not going to play any differently defensively. We're going to really put relentless effort on all of them and hopefully force them into some turnover situations for us to get in a transition game.
Kyle Haxton with us, head coach of the Hoiston Cardinals. They'll host Ellenwood tomorrow night at the Activity Center. And, yeah, I mean, you know me, I always had a jump in my step after tournament week was over and after we got back from Phillipsburg, we went up that way. But it was basketball season starts. This is when you start looking, okay, what are the other teams in our sub-state doing right now? And it's a different look this year. Do you like the 16, seeding 16 instead of just being in a sub-state with 8?
I'll let you know here in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
I just don't know how it's going to pan out and how it looks. I mean, you look at the big picture of it. You know, I keep an eye on it as well, and it's, you know, we got to take care of one game at a time, and we can't look ahead. So we know Ellenwood's a quality opponent that we can't overlook, and we got to be ready to play and continue to win one game at a time, because right now we're sitting in the 8th spot out of 16 teams. And the way this works is the top 8 teams are going to host in the first round, so we kind of control our own destiny right now. We've got to win. We've got to win each game and stay in the driver's seat to host. And you look above us. I mean, Colby has beat the number 1 team in our sub-state. That's 12-1 in Lakin, and Colby's sitting in the 7th spot. So Scott City, who beat us by 28, sitting in the 6th spot. And we weren't playing Hoisington basketball game 1 by any means, but you know, it's a tough sub-state. You got Beloit and Holcomb, and we saw Holcomb in our early season tournament, and then you got Goodland with the Cure kid, and he's got really good players around him from Goodland. So, you know, it's a tough sub-state, and there are a couple of them that you look at, you're like, wow, this is going to be interesting how this all pans out. But we got to put ourselves in a situation to host. That's our number 1 goal.
Yeah, get this, and that's what I mean. Every game is even more so now. I mean, especially when you get 16. I mean, every game means so much, whether it's a CKL game or a non-conference game like tomorrow night against Ellenwood. And then, then next Tuesday, you get that Haven team. And see, no one listens to me because they're going down, and when the Panthers played Haven down in Kingman, I said, man, that's a 1-3-1. I mean, you can carve that up. I said no. It's different. Great Bend plays a good 1-3-1 defense. What is it about how they do it? Is it because they do it all the time? Is it because when they do it in fourth grade basketball, or what is it about that defense that Lonnie Paramore plays?
It's like I said, it's just different. You try to simulate it in practice, and they've ran this since they were in grade school.
Yeah.
So, and even from the spots they're out on the floor, and they've got the Reinhardt kid that's a big piece that guards the horseshoe for them, and they always got an undersized quick guard that plays down under the bucket and gets to the long corners and covers those up, and their wings are long. I mean, they have length, they have athleticism, and that's something they have year after year. And when you have that, that makes that 1-3-1 really effective. But again, it's what they run, it's what they do. It's kind of like what we do. Teams may struggle with our matchup zone because I can honestly tell you I don't know another team that runs a matchup zone consistently, and it's different. And I think that's what makes it effective for Lonnie, and it's not something new to him. He did it when he was coaching at Fairfield way back in the day. So it's he does a phenomenal job in teaching it and getting his kids to run it the way he wants it.
Kyle Haxton with us right now. You kind of like this team you've got, don't you?
I really do. People count us out year after year like this team's too small. I mean, they're not going to be very effective on the floor. And I thought, man, we've got some good athleticism. And, the pieces really come together, and they work hard for one another. They enjoy being around each other. They don't pick and choose when they want to work and practice. They do it every day. And they want to be coached hard, and they're just tough, hard-nosed kids that are fun to be around. So, yeah, it's a group that's going to be unforgettable.
Well, good luck tomorrow against the Ellenwood Eagles, and then your trip to Haven. And it's going to be fun watching your team here the rest of the month of February and into the postseason. Kyle, thanks for – tell the principal thanks, too. So, okay.
I will definitely do that. Yeah, we got to win out at home. We got to take care of business at home and still win on the road. And if we can do that, I like how this is shaping up for us. So always good talking to you, Steve.
Go educate, Coach, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Kyle Haxton with us on Sports Day. Coming up, Mike Corson goes on the prowl for Panther Sports. That's next.
See any doors? This is Eddie.
Papa, what are you getting Mima for Valentine's Day?
Well, Hadley, February is the month of love, and nothing shows love like a new garage door.
You're not just saying that because you own the company, are you, Papa?
Well, maybe a little, but honestly, a new garage door can really brighten up the home.
So, what are you getting Mima for Valentine's Day?
You go, Hadley.
C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local equity bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today by Panther bowling coach David Feldbauer. Coach, so many times over the last 2 years we've started off with the girls, but I think I'm going to start off with the boys today. How about the performance at the Great Plains Invitational?
Oh, it was great to see them get attitude, able to make the top 8 in 7th, and then we just had a close battle with campus and just lost in the end. But I think it was a great performance. The boys showed up. Probably one of their top performances I've seen in a couple of years. So it's great to watch.
And we talked about the kids who had the close 300 games at the Walnut Bowl. That day you had 2 300 games and a 288. So how fun to watch that level of competition all day.
Oh, it was great to watch. Yeah, the 1 300 was right next to us. The other one, we actually, as we were walking to lunch, stopped to watch Garden City and had those guys roll those 300. So it was great to see that happening. And then we had our Xander shoot 274, which was awesome to see for his high game. So
yeah, talking about him, he goes 7th overall behind some really great bowlers, but over 200 all games in a 7-13 series. Is this something that he can build on going forward?
I'm hoping so. He's definitely been working a lot harder lately, putting in the time practicing and really showing me that he wants to perform at that high level. So I'm hoping that we get him in there every week and him just improving every time that he's bowling.
And so, yeah, you guys go into the bracket competition as the number 7 seed against Campus. 216, I think, looking at the other scores especially, would have won a whole lot of games, but Campus goes 234. But once again, what kind of momentum does that give you guys?
We had some good momentum going in and everything, and they'll keep going the rest of the season. I think our attitude's finally starting to improve. I started building my team over that weekend, so it was great to see. And just to see them fight, because Campus started out really slow, and we had the early lead, then Campus got on fire and threw like 7 or 8 strikes in a row just to take the win in that game when we shoot 216 to their 230, whatever. But other than that, it was great to see them fight and compete as well as they did.
And you'd see all the high scores really across the slate. Was it something particular about those lanes, or are you guys typically pretty high down there?
Yeah, it's a pretty easier shot than what we normally face on a weekly basis. North Rock has always been pretty easy to play, and the guys were just up for a challenge.
And I'm talking to Panther bowling coach David Feldbauer. Switching over to the girls' side, so another talented field. You had a 700 series in there from Washburn Rural up in Topeka. Right behind her, Zoe Mayberry, number 2 with the 661 series. Just once again, I know she's been your leader, but how big to perform on that stage?
It was great to see. She had, every game was over 200. I think she had a clean set. She had no opens all day, which was great to see. Something for her to, be proud of and just hold her head up high. And then she'd let the girls make her play all day with good marks on every time she was up. So it was good to see her lead the team. And
you guys have done quite well down there. Expect to go into the bracket competition as a 7th seed, or was that kind of disappointing?
No, I knew we were going to be in the mid, probably 6 to 10. I was just hoping to make the bracket play, especially with all my new girls. And there's a lot of talent in the 6A, which I'm glad we don't have to face in regionals, because 6A for the girls is just really strong this year. So I knew we were going to be probably one of the lower seeds if we made it into bracket play, but I was happy with their performance.
And you guys do go in against Washburn Rural, 43 pins in the first game, but second game it was 148 to 145, so scores way down, 3 pins. When was that one decided?
The last ball.
Really?
Yeah, we could have went in there and tied them at 148 to 148. Had a roll-off game. Just missed our target a couple times and just missed it at the end. But it was a battle. We definitely were fighting. Just got to get – the girls were exhausted. A couple of them got sick. So just battling through what we had to battle through.
And where are you guys headed today and next week?
Today we're heading to Sublette to face Dodge. And then on Tuesday we head to Garden City, face them.
Excellent. Panther bowling coach David Feldbauer, good luck today and next Tuesday.
Thank you.
More Sports Day after this.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, and today we want to give a shout out to all the supporting cast at these basketball games. We have some great young men and young women on the court, but we also have some great young men and women playing their instruments, cheering, dancing, all those things. Let's clap for them. When they perform and get done, let's show them a round of applause, show them some love as well, because they deserve it. Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, large or small, we take care of them all.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Also brought to you in part by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, and Freedom Claims Management, innovative health care plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish, and continued support. They have you covered. Appreciate Kyle Haxton being on the program. They will host Ellenwood tomorrow. You can hear that game on 100.7 Eagle Country. Larned Indians, they are at home tomorrow night. They will host the Heston Swathers in Central Kansas League action. And that game with Gary and Buddy on Hits 106.9 tomorrow night, 5:45. And on B104.3 The Point, we'll have the Great Bend Panthers taking on Liberal. Homecoming for the Panthers, 5:45 pregame on the station that rocks. Okay, I had a couple requests here because they said, okay, we've got this Krylenol stuff for chief derangement syndrome, but what are the side effects? So if you missed it, here you go.
Has football got you down? Are you experiencing uncontrollable rage every time Patrick Mahomes makes a play? Are you screaming the league is rigged before the game even starts? Do you have an irrational, unexplained hatred for pop stars? If so, you may be suffering from a rare but serious condition called Chiefs derangement syndrome. But don't worry, help is here. Introducing Krylenol, the first FDA-approved treatment for Chiefs derangement syndrome, or CDS. Krylenol works fast to help you accept reality that maybe the Chiefs are just better. Patrick Mahomes is inevitable. The refs don't miss the call, your team's just undisciplined, and Andy Reid is simply better than your head coach. With Krylenol, you'll finally be able to enjoy football again, even if it means watching the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Side effects may include accepting Mahomes as the GOAT, refraining from tweeting #NFL is rigged, developing a sudden respect for Travis Kelce, reduced blood pressure when Taylor Swift appears on screen, and an uncontrollable urge to watch Super Bowl highlights. Do not take Krylenol if you're a lifelong Bills, Bengals, or Raiders fans. Side effects may be irreversible. Ask your doctor if Krylenol is right for you. Get back to loving football again. Krylenol, because the Chiefs aren't going anywhere, and neither is your pain.
Public service message for you from Sports Day today. It's good stuff. Mike Corson hunting down those things on the old internet. Big game Saturday in Manhattan. How about that? K-State hosting KU. And it's a 1 o'clock tip on ESPN from Bramlage. And, of course, we'll have that game for you 12:30 on Hits 106.9. There was basketball last night in the Big 12. Cincinnati beating UCF 93-83. TCU over West Virginia 65-60. And Utah down Colorado 72-59. K-State right now 5-6 in the league, 11-11 overall. What if they'd lost that game the other night at Arizona State? And you're looking at 10-12, now 11-11. Just got to keep winning games. And they'll go into that game, KU 7-4, K-State 5-6. They're right back in the middle of the pack in the Big 12 Conference. Okay, on the show tomorrow, Jeremy Combs will be in. We'll talk high school basketball as well tomorrow. Let's see, Mike Corson will have an On the Prowl as well. And we'll get you ready for high school basketball in the area and a big weekend of sports. Join us for the Friday show tomorrow, 12:30, right here on KVGB.